Hello there, Ray here. We got quite a few new updates today, with Java Edition getting some new pre-releases, Bedrock Edition getting new versions, and Mojang releasing some new information about what their whole goal is to do with the chat reporting, as well as their mistake in not communicating this properly in the very beginning. Let's get into all this, so make sure you guys hit the subscribe button so we can reach 400,000 subs by the end of the year. In the pre-release 4, they fixed a major problem, which was an exploit being used to actually ban pretty much anybody by making false evidence. Along with this fix, they came in with the custom servers being able to hide player chat messages from display via a new network packet. But don't fear, this doesn't actually delete the player's messages from the chat logs. They also make note that the insecure chat messages will be prefixed with a special tag saying they're not secure. They also have some new settings here in chat settings. That's where you can do stuff like hide matching names, so stuff sent by the server isn't confused with actual messages in chat. They also have chat preview, which is normally set to on modified. This setting is for when servers actually add little changes to your messages you're typing. You can see what those changes are going to actually be as you're typing them out. So besides on modify, you can also do to on sent, so once it's sent. So with this setting, it only will show you the changes once you try to send the message. And then once you see the changes, you have to confirm that you want to actually send that message. There's also just having it turned off, where you won't be able to see any changes that the server actually does to your messages before you send them. And this type of message will be considered insecure. There's also this one, which is only show secure chat, currently default off. And if you turn on, this will let you see only messages that come from players in chat that are actually verified from coming from those players and are not modified. This will let you know if someone is having like fake Minecraft accounts actually saying things and they aren't actually from the real player. Let's see this in action. I went ahead and typed in hello there in chat, and it opened the world to LAN and got my alt account on. And if I type something with my alt account, you can see that it is flagged, saying this message is not secure, which means that it might have been modified by the server. You can see over on the side, there's like a little red line beside each of the message that I sent. And this line down here shows it up as green, as if it looks like it's okay to go, but once you hit enter, then it actually shows up as red. And if we go back to my other account, since I have my settings set to so it only shows secure messages, in the actual chat message, it doesn't show my alt account talking whatsoever. But if we go ahead and go back into here and turn this off, and we look in chat, it doesn't automatically put those messages back in again. But if I type something new and hit enter, even though it is going to pop up as a little red over here and a warning sign at the end of it, if you go back to my main account, I can actually see the message, but once again, I'm also warned that this message is not secure and might have been modified. Now this is probably because I am in open to LAN, so I probably can't confirm if this message actually came from my other account. I'm always testing what's new in the latest Minecraft version, like the snapshots, here on my testing server. And you guys, the viewers, can even join me on here. And this is all thanks to Bisect Hosting. With them, you can get your very own Minecraft server. Plus, you can get 25% off your first month by using the code RAY or my link in the description. This helps support and lets me continue to do amazing testing, letting me unlock the unknown secrets of Minecraft and sharing them with you. They also broadened the scope for the different types of messages that will be signed properly so they can be verified as being real, and is used in the player reports to actually get the context of what's being said in the chat. In this pre-release, it also came out with 2 more bug fixes related to the chat reporting. Pre-release 5, they also came out with fixing more known exploits to do with the player reporting. They now have a colored indicator that is shown when writing chat messages, so they have the signed status. This indicator will appear on the left-hand side of the chat or in the chat preview. And if it's green, it means it is properly signed. But if it's a color orange, it means that the chat preview is enabled, but still waiting to be signed. They also have another indication showing that it's still waiting, and this is with the background being slightly faded. Oddly, there's no confirmation when you hit the send report, in case you didn't mean to accidentally click it. If you do use tab, you can actually highlight over top of stuff and accidentally press enter. They also made changes to the chat preview, so messages that aren't from players aren't accidentally confused with real messages. Any type chat that is a team message command is now split between incoming and outgoing types. In this 5th pre-release, they also came in with quite a few different bug fixes related to the chat reporting. They also fixed poor audio quality in 1.19 compared to 1.18, among other problems. Now, despite Java Edition not getting 1.19.1 full release because of the whole chat reporting needing to get straightened out, Bedrock Edition did get their release of it. So they're actually able to play this new version, and they get the new Allay duplication feature, among other changes that are specific to Bedrock Edition. Now, Bedrock Edition did get a chat reporting system 2 years ago, so their version wasn't held up with the whole chat reporting thing. It's just the Java Edition. Now, so far, I haven't heard too many problems with the Bedrock Edition reporting. At least it seems like not many people are talking about it now as they were 2 years ago. But if you're a Bedrock Edition player, you know more about it, let me know down in the comments what you think of it. In the new 1.19 pre-release 6, they made a big change to the catalyst block, and that is it no longer will drop 20 XPs when broken down, but instead just 5. Changing it from being one of the things that drop the most XPs in the game, down to just what you would averagely get from a hostile mob. This does mean my really cool Warden farm isn't going to produce tons of easy XP that you can grind up 24/7 in loaded chunks, but this does kind of follow the rules that they were trying to do with the Warden, making it supposed to be useless so the players don't try to kill it, and the Catalyst block was kind of just a add-on that they put at the very end, just a way you can get Catalyst as a renewable resource. Not necessarily an easy way to get Catalyst blocks, or it's not supposed to be a good way to get XPs either, so it does kind of make sense that they nerfed all this down. Now when it comes to clicking things in Minecraft that will automatically put out text in the chat message, the run command used to be the way to do it, but that has been discontinued. Now you're going to have to use the tell raw command. This change comes in with them trying to avoid any kind of other text messages from being mistaken as player messages. Pre-release 6 also comes out with more changes for the indicator, so now it's a blue indicator, and if you go into the chat reporting and look at the actual report, you can see all of the different weird game messages are no longer here to confuse the player. All there is just the actual players talking. They also fixed some bugs in this pre-release, a few different types of crashes that would occur, including if you would shift click an item into a chest at the exact same time that you would die. And the trick where you used to be able to throw an item and then crouch before the item hits the ground, therefore not activating the skulk sensor. But now it actually matters if you're crouched or not when you initially throw the item. We'll also used to send out vibrations when thrown by the player, but in the new snapshot they changed it so it won't send out vibrations just because it's supposed to be one of the unique blocks that doesn't make a noise when you place it down. Now it definitely seems that Mojang is taking their time with the 1.9.1 release for Java to make sure there is a good communication between what their goals are for the chat reporting and actually getting that implemented in a correct manner and letting that be known to the players. So they have been working with different popular servers, making sure that their chat reporting is something that will actually work and they're getting feedback from them. Some people thought that they should have came out with this chat reporting kind of slowly, just letting some people who wanted it first have it on their server before putting it out to everybody. But as their goal was for everybody to actually have this, it made sense to kind of get everybody's toes wet, even in the early development of it. But a lot of people just wish they would kind of slowly brought this onto the players and not just did all these kind of like back-end changes and then kind of like dump it onto the players without giving a lot of background information about what exactly it's going to do and how is it going to affect players. A lot of that's all getting lost in communication because there's so many different lines of people that are working on this, and the people that are communicating about it aren't always in the front line to address these issues, and it takes time before that information eventually gets down to us, the players. Now for the players playing on these servers, they might have some concerns about maybe the people who own the servers will somehow get them banned or muted, and that's just not the case, and there's no plans to introduce like muting on a server by server basis. So people running the Minecraft server kind of have nothing to do with the reporting thing or seeing what's reported or anything like that. And that's why this update's kind of slow, because they're making sure all the security is proper so that when you send a message, it goes through and you don't have to worry about it being read or changed by anybody else. There's also no plans to introduce like a filter for different profanity words like you see on the Bedrock Edition. Now I'll say this again, the chat itself isn't constantly being monitored by Mojang or any bots or anything. It's just when you send the report, then they take a couple of snippets to get the context of the conversation. Now, it's not their intent to just be going around and banning everybody. They really want to help the players understand like the limits they're crossing and inform them if they're being close to being banned and stuff like that. So it seems like there is going to still be more time that's going to be put into the system to add in this kind of like different levels before we actually get banned. This is why I was kind of pushing towards maybe they should introduce like a muting first for the players, based off of how other games kind of handle these situations. Maybe like, you know, a short mute and then they get unmuted. If they do it again, then like a longer mute, do it again, and then it's like a ban for so long. And then eventually it's a permanent ban. So how they implement this, we have yet to see, but they're definitely saying they're not just trying to ban people, they're trying to help people. Now, when it comes to people playing on open to LAN servers, which is essentially playing someone on a computer that's near you, even if you are banned from playing on servers, you can still open up your own little personal server and have people join you. You just can't join other people's. Now, they also did mention that there is people that are supporting this chat reporting system, but it's not necessarily people that are as willing to go out there and write long messages and supporting this. These people might be like parents who just don't got the time, and have kind of pushed for this stuff throughout the years in the past. And also the younger people who were being looked after their guardians. And the guardians would probably just feel a bit safer if they knew that their kids had this system working for them. Now, when I talk about these updates, I try not to give my opinion on stuff too much. Personally, I really don't like the wording they use in some of the descriptions, where it kind of segregates the different groups rather than looking at a general problem. Let's say something like harassment, which typically occurs when people are jealous of other people, so they continue to point out the negative parts of that individual. And if they can't find anything negative to say about them, then they just make up something. So I wish they'd take more like a scientific stance on this and less of an opinionated one. As the saying goes, opinions are like rear ends. We all have them and they all stink. So when Microsoft is trying to enforce their opinions on other people, that's when people get upset. But if they keep it more just about psychology and understanding how teens and young adults' minds function and their flaws, then you can address this problem on a deeper level. Now come over and check out my live streams, which I do every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Or check out this playlist about how I designed 37 new farms for 1.19. Or this one all about crazy secrets still in Minecraft. Thank you all for following me over at my Twitch live stream. We're getting ever closer to 45,000 followers over there. You can find that link as well as my other socials down in the description. Thanks for leaving a like and subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!